What up, Cruci fam? This is part 2 of the 3-part video series on registering your team for a Crucible Gaming tournament. This one we're going to talk about team check-in. So let's jump in. So last video we came to the conclusion that we're in the semi-sweats division. I have this one checked here. Read on our team, Cruci fam for win. Okay, so team captain name. So this is going to be the team captain or the person that you have chosen to be the person of contact and person of receiving payment and all sorts of stuff related to your team for the tournament. So input your name here and your Discord name with your 4-digit code. A lot of people will just enter their name, they'll leave out the 4-digit code, and then we can't contact you. So it's very important that you guys make sure you input your code with your username. So second thing, make sure that you have the same start time. That's all good. Start day, since this is a free Warzone tournament, and since I'm filming this on the weekend, I can't choose the Wednesday option, but it would only be Wednesday because we only have one day. Okay, so Activision ID. Lots of people mess this up, believe it or not. So I have a screenshot here to show you where exactly to find your Activision ID. So open Warzone, you go to options, you go to account, and then you go to Activision account settings. This is going to pull up this little window here, and this is where your Activision ID code is going to be. It's going to be your gamer tag plus the 7-digit code to link you to your Activision ID. So make sure you get that, copy it all down properly, and input it into this section of check-in page. Next step is KD. Believe it or not, a lot of people mess this one up too. They'll put their multiplayer KD in and not their Warzone thing. So here we go. I have another screenshot. So how do we get here? We go to your Warzone menu. You go to barracks. You go to records and then to kills. And make sure you've selected your KD ratio under the Warzone setting. That's how we do KD. Match that, pop it in, plug it in, you're good to go. Okay, streaming. We're going to talk about this because there's a couple different scenarios. So let's assume that every player on this team for this scenario is playing on PC. So all 3 players have to stream all video and audio for the entire part of the tournament. So each player will have your stream URL. You can paste that in there into each individual section for each player. Make sure it's correct. The last thing that you need to make sure you do, very important, we disqualify a lot of teams for this, is make sure that you have your store broadcast checked and saved on your Twitch page, YouTube page, or whatever. This is the way we're going to be able to find you and contact you and double check that your scores are legit. After you've done that, you're all good to go and all 3 of you are good to set. So, second scenario, let's say that all 3 players are on the Xbox or PlayStation platform and they're considered all console players. Since you are on console, only 1 player is required to stream all audio and all video, and you must store your broadcasts through whatever page you're using for stream. Okay, so we got that. So rinse repeat for player 2, rinse repeat for player 3, and check all the boxes to make sure. Okay, next thing. Is everyone on your team 18 years or older? For our team, for this scenario, we are, but if we were not, someone was 17 or below, we would say no. So what does that mean? That just means that we know you're 17 and we cannot pay you without a parental consent form. So if you were to place in a tournament and you got some sort of payout, we need a parental consent form sent to us via email before we can give you your payout. How do you get your payout? We have 3 platforms at the moment: Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. I have the Venmo platform personally, so that's the one I chose. I'd enter my username for my Venmo, and you're good to go. You'll receive your payment once the whole tournament has been processed on our end. And then the last little bit, you just enter your email, you're good to go, you can now check in. After you've clicked the check-in button, there's one last step for the free Warzone tournaments. This is your repost for each individual player. So on our Twitter or Instagram page, we ask you that we repost the page for the tournament. So here's our solo Warzone tournaments. We just announced them. Simply go to repost, type whatever you want, repost it, and you're good to go. Make sure your other two teammates do that. This helps us grow. This helps us get bigger prize pools for our tournaments for the weekends and our free tournaments. It's more engaging. It's more fun when we have more players. So once you're done with that, you're all set up and checked in for your Warzone tournament. So that's part 2, and I'll see you guys in part 3.